favorite fight scenes for us.
Okay, if you guys are familiar with Naruto Shippuden, don't roast me for pronunciation.
What a weeb! He's such a nerd, dude. This is so good. Naruto Shippuden. Oh, that's so great. You have them. Stuntman react to the bad and great Hollywood stunts.
There's a whole nother squad behind all of the action.
So this scene is like widely known as one of the worst action scenes of all time.
Break down one of your favorite fight scenes for us.
This is my favorite shot that I got to do right here.
Thanks to Disco for sponsoring today's episode. If you guys want to find out how to get 3 months free of the best cloud storage interface.
It's basically his.
We're talking about it with none other than Chris Cowan, who is an action designer.
It's basically his job to take the stuntmen and the choreography and make it look good on camera. So that requires a lot of intuition for camera motion, cutting points, angles.
There's a whole nother squad behind all of the action.
So if you love action and you want to get a deeper understanding of it, well, this is the episode for you. Should we jump right in with Kingsman?
Let's do it. There's 2 units on the film. There's the main unit, and they typically handle all of the dialogue.
No, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch like a stuntman, dude. Oh, this is the guy that wrote and directed it? Okay, we'll watch it just for that.
There's the second unit, which does all the action. This was my first job ever getting to hold the camera. It was nerve-wracking for me because I was working with the main unit director, Matthew Vaughn, to have everyone there. And they're like, Chris, go. I was like, whoa, like, like what? It was a tight fit.
Yeah, how do you film in a car like this?
The SFX department tore this cab apart. They shot with a Arri Alexa Mini. It was stripped down completely because I was like, yeah, we can't do this stuff with a 50-pound camera. Right.
This was actually a dope ass scene, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen, like, I don't know if you guys have watched this part of the movie. It's a really good sequence. This guy, of course, no wonder he makes sick ass fight sequences, dude. It's because he's a weeb. That's why.
Here, to start the shot, they took out the roof, and you're on a crane. The crane would boom down. Follow the hand. Right here, hold. That's Ed, and then right there, that's my buddy Andy. Andy was the stunt double, and I can tell that that's him because he always makes that face. This is my favorite shot that I got to do right here.
Oof, when he catches it with his toe?
Yeah.
That's sweet.
And Tarrington on that.
He did it himself?
Yeah, he did. That was him.
Wow, good for him. Is that all one shot without any cuts?
That was all one shot, yeah.
Wow.
They had like this mechanical arm underneath that swung and spun at the same time. Brad had the detail that he wanted to see the toe to the second toe and see like the full body extension. Not only that, the pressure was on to continue the shot from the face, look up, find the button, then back down to the face, and then pull back and see full body. When you're doing a lot of big action like this, you really want to keep some of the stuff, especially your in and out points, either central or if, like, say, if it's frame left, it's better to pick up the next shot starting with the central point being frame left. That way people don't have to try to find it, you know, miss key moments. You can see, like, for the old ball punch here, fist going straight,
Yes.
But as we cut in, you know, the fist is still
centered.
Right.
And that's such a high level of craft, and I think that goes completely over a lot of filmmakers' heads when they're doing action. The way he gets pulled out of that?
I know, right?
How do you do that?
Taron was on a wire, and they had him yanked through, and I had to physically get back because that wire, he was coming out no matter what.
There's something about your work that I think it's been a big influence on me. Always in your fight scene, the actor's choreographed to throw a right hook, the other actor's choreographed to block it with his right hand, and then camera's choreographed to do a canted angle twist, pop out, punch zoom.
Yeah, that's so sick.
So you have your own fight scene that you're doing with the camera while the other guys are doing their fight on top of it.
Yeah, we joke and call it Cam Chi.
Cam Chi.
Yeah, full on Cam Chi. You have to have the presence of mind to remember the choreo and remember the beats.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, he's such a nerd, dude. He's such a nerd, dude. He's like built his own chi. He's like, oh yeah, I call it Cam Chi. Oh, that's so sick. That's so cute, dude. That's awesome. That is awesome.
And once you can just start dancing with them and telling cool stories within their movement.
I love that this fight scene shows little mini stories. It's always little problems that then need to be solved, and they're solved in clever ways. And it takes you to the next little problem that needs to be solved in a clever way.
As long as you have the moments in the scene, within the scene, and you just have, choreo in between to take you to the next moment, each beat is so much more emphasized. The diner sequence.
So you worked on this as well, right?
Yes. This was a lot of running around, especially when it starts the long one-shot sequence.
Definitely inspired by the first movie. Oh man, that is such a cool shot. Wait.
Over?
These blends, these matches.
That's...
This is one of the dumbest.
Show it.
Burger time.
All right, tell us a little bit about this insanity.
Demonetized.
Sure. That right there, he's not holding anything. He's just holding the rope all the way up into his right hand, and that's fully animated afterwards.
The light trail, it's like such a good touch on it too.
And all the ground is all padded. They'll come in and they'll put in foam mats to let them, to hit. Colin Firth is, I think, a real Kingsman, on and off camera. Like, just a gentleman. He's the coolest dude ever.
I'm surprised at how spry he is, considering how old he is.
Yeah, he gets it done.
My mom loves
I'm holding
Colin
a rig,
Firth.
and the camera is inside of this sort of cage, and someone is on a remote control who's able to control the roll.
Wow.
So I'm just tracking, and someone is rolling with.
You start behind the counter.
Right.
And now you're on the other side of the counter.
Yep. Our department was able to remove certain sections of the counter, and then VFX department put them back in.
Okay, to be honest, the first movie, the church sequence that they briefly showed is way cooler.
These camera moves, you're flying around all over the place. How are you doing that while keeping it somewhat smooth?
Really, that's just all handheld, and that's from
This is
years
all
of
handheld?
Yeah.
Because it looks like it's on a Steadicam.
Oh, excellent. That just goes from years of experience not having any equipment and trying.
I don't know if I can show the church sequence. It might be too violent.
This was actually shot all on green. They rebuilt the entire background. In the air, they got a face element of Pedro.
Oh, so that's a stuntman.
Yeah, all three are stuntmen.
Oh,
None
really?
of
Those are all
the
face
actors.
replacements?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
I can tell you're proud of this scene because
Dude, I'm mad, dude. I'm mad that they're not actually dying. They're not actually people. There is no actual burger sequence. Fucking K-capitalism, dude. I'm big mad. I'm big mad, dude.
when you're watching it, like you're in it, reacting to it, and that's a really good sign.
What was cool about working for Matthew Vaughn is that he told the action team, he was like, don't hold back. Think outside of the box completely. Just go crazy. If it's too crazy, we'll tone it back. But don't think you have to work within these sort of guidelines. Every product of genius is the product of enthusiasm. So,
ooh, I like that. It's a good saying.
Found it on a fortune cookie.
Please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. We're banging out good stuff all the time. And you might not even know it, but on...
Shut up.
This scene...
Oh God, I remember this.
Infuriated me in the theaters.
So this scene is like widely known as one of the worst action scenes of all time. It's been ridiculed. It started the whole meme of like the shaky cam.
And shaky cam has its place.
It does.
It does. But there's shots in this fight scene where the camera's clearly on a dude's shoulder and he's on a wide angle, but it's... it's like, whoa!
Right. You okay? You're not following his attacks?
It's like the camera seems to almost move in the opposite direction of what you're trying to watch.
Serious?
Yeah, there's a random shot of a dude's legs there in the middle.
Let's have him knee the guy and show their faces.
Damn, I don't remember this being so terrible. What the
How would you shoot this to keep a little bit of the style, but make it a better, like, more readable fight scene with more emotion?
Yeah, it was boring.
Follow the attacks. One of the most important things is seeing what's actually happening. Like, if someone's going for a kick, don't show the shoulders. Like, way less cuts. Let it breathe. Let your choreo breathe. Let the audience watch, what they're doing. If they're doing like 3 cuts for 1 punch, you're like,
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's way too many.
Is that a CG Matt Damon?
Things were catching.
You turn the stove on. You jam a magazine in the toaster. You set it to extra crispy.
And so right when your magazine's done and ready to eat, the house will explode.
So I have a quick request for you guys. It's easy to find good action scenes. There's a lot of them out there, but it's really hard to find bad action scenes that are worth talking about and breaking down. So if you guys have an action scene that you think is just awful, that would be great. We would love to do that in some future videos, so please leave a comment.
Yeah, it's a great movie still, yeah. Fun fact, I haven't watched any of the Star Wars movies since the old 3. I love The Boys. I'm a huge fan of the
When I was watching Solo, this
series.
was the scene that definitely stood out to me. And this was, I didn't even know you had worked on this one either, too. It's just like oh, this is good.
It's because I hate woke culture. That's why I didn't watch any of the Star Wars. Like, I hate that they made aliens of color and female aliens. They put them in positions of power. So I was like, this is the SJW agenda once again. So I didn't watch any of the Star Wars movies. Yeah, real and true.
There's some cool concepts going into this.
So this was really cool to shoot. Also very nerve-wracking. The train's actually on a rig to do these full tilts.
Really?
Whoa.
We are up in the air about 30, 40 feet. I'm not a stunt guy. I'm not a heights guy. To have me up there shooting, I was like, oof. My favorite shot that I got to do, this little stitch. We go from Andy Lister, amazing stuntman again, to Woody Harrelson, and the stitch happens right there.
What's the holdup?
What's the trick for getting a good stitch?
Just making sure that all parties repeat their motion the best way. You do it a few times, enough times, you'll get something that works.
Wait, people think I'm serious? What? No one thinks I'm serious, dude. What? What are you guys, insane? I'm the biggest SJW libtard cuck, dude. Shut the fuck up. Also, I said literally aliens of color. If you legitimately think that I'm being serious when I say aliens of color, you really should question yourself. Wait, what did I miss?
What's the trick for getting a good stitch?
No, I already saw this.
You'll get something that works. What was fun about this shoot too is that they had this system called Invis. This shot right here, for instance. Through the camera, I could see these storm riders riding around. I could see the mountains.
Oh,
I could see, certain, bends in the track. I could see the rest of the train. It helped me frame what was going on. And the actors are doing their best by cues to look. They're just looking at blue.
They're like, we have no idea what's going on.
This is a great show.
Realistic masks for the stunt performer to wear. This movie and Kingsman both had them. That is a mask.
Wow.
On top of our stunt performer.
That's crazy. Some Arya Stark stuff going on.
100%.
Oh, man.
Standing next to Chewie on set is surreal. You're like, because you keep, like, he'll be standing there and you just sort of keep like, it's Chewie. Like, it's crazy.
I know that a lot of your inspiration is anime.
100%. Anime is insane. The action design that's used in anime has like changed me completely.
Anime is hand-drawn, every frame is labored over, and you've brought that over to the world of live-action film, and I love it. Break down one of your favorite fight scenes for us.
Okay. If you guys are familiar with Naruto Shippuden, don't roast me for pronunciation.
What a weeb! He's such a nerd, dude. This is so good. Naruto Shippuden. Oh, that's so great.
The Kakashi Obito fight, and it's all silent with just the sound effects, and they do this like really cool nod back to when they were kids.
I love how in animated action, moments hang and pause differently than they would in reality.
Yeah, there's like a natural speed ramping to anime.
Yeah.
Like that, like the blood suddenly.
See how it like pauses for a little bit, and then boom, like you really build up to the.
That's sick.
Yeah. It's dope.
And I love these shots. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to try to do some stuff like that. What I draw from is how they do moments. You go choreo, bop, 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 to go into like something like this, to draw their eye to something happening. And people are like, you know, what's that? The next shot is typically a wide to reveal what that is. I feel like that's what keeps people interested when they don't know what's coming next.
Oh my God.
Anime is really, really good with that.
You've taken your hand at doing some live action anime.
This is why anime is incredibly important, okay? This is why anime is incredibly important. Because the fight sequences, just shut up. Don't cap me. Fuck you guys.
I have.
This is, I think, the closest we've come to seeing it happen right here. The most ripped high school student.
Yeah. Like, oh my God.
You're getting the beats. You're getting the rhythms of like actual anime.
I appreciate it. This was 100% last minute. He comes over.
Bro, look at his fucking, look at this, like look,
oh my God.
This
You're
is
getting
so
the beats.
dumb.
You're getting the
Dude,
rhythms of like actual anime.
It's so dumb,
appreciate
dude.
it. This was
Look at how
100%.
jacked he is, dude. Look at that face. Of course he's a stunt guy. Come on. Jesus Christ, dude.
And last minute, he comes over, who you guys have met in the previous Stuntman Reacts, and we stumble upon this idea to just try a version of My Hero if UA High School was based in Los Angeles.
Wait, how do you get him to lift off the ground like that? You're not using wires.
No, they are all just going for it. And being, you know, such anime fans themselves, they sort of understand the body language.
I have never seen somebody get the grass angle from anime before. Is it just like a little camera on a gimbal?
Yeah, it's a tiny pocket camera.
Wow. It looks great.
That's funny as fuck, dude. Like he's
Yeah,
just like
it's a
running
tiny
around.
Happy Mod's 11 months.
Thank you, Confetus.
Camera.
Wow.
That's funny as
Great.
shit. Yeah, and yeah, someone's driving by like, what the f are these people doing, bro? Like another day in Los Angeles.
So that shot is,
Yeah.
Okay, so how did you do this shot? Because it looks super cool.
Basically, I'm just trying to repeat the same motion.
Wait. Everything else makes sense because it's like, oh, this is maybe a match cut or a jump cut, but this one looks kind of perfect.
Except for if you find it there, I didn't direct Nate properly. You see that? But because your eye is following the backpack and what Guy's doing, that's my sort of whip pan stitch right there. I haven't had one comment call me out yet on that. Jay's character, I was like, we just have to make it look as seamless as possible.
Wow.
Whoa.
Dude, you're just pulling the Zach King here where you just do it until you nail it.
Yeah,
It just comes down to having really good choreography that like has enough motion to keep your eye distracted.
I like that this guy was just Jimmy Tatro, but punches hard. Like that was his character. They were just like, hey, you be the frat guy and you just punch hard. Like that's your
You almost did your infinite rolling shot.
I know. Just the fact that we have this tool that is the internet now. I mean, it's allowed all of us to wedge ourselves into this industry without asking. It's
Yeah.
like, no, we're here. We're gonna make stuff.
At the end of the day, you're always making your content for an audience, and now we get to just make it directly for you. There's not really anybody in between that gets to decide what happens. It's just, we make it, you watch it.
What the f is Holes? Everybody keeps saying, is that Zero from Holes? Yeah, I think he is because everyone keeps repeating his name. And this show called Holes, I've never seen it. What the f is Holes? You've never seen Holes? What the f? It's an old Disney movie? Shia LaBeouf's movie debut?
The internet changed everything.
Man, we gotta do an anime video together.
100%.
So wait, what does this guy on the right do? Like, what's his deal? Is he like a legitimate like stunt coordinator or something? He's a VFX guy? Oh, okay.
It would be awesome.
UALA Part 3 is out. Right now, there's something on the screen. You can click it, and you can go watch it right now and have your mind blown. His YouTube channel is RivenX3i. You can also follow him on Instagram. It's the same thing.
Yes.
Chris, I hope you continue to make awesome work.
Thank you guys so much for having me.
It's our pleasure.
Yeah, you bet,
This
man.
is awesome.
Oh, hey.